Hey YouTube, Kier Twig here, bringing you guys my Trickstar Link Spam deck profile for May 2018. I wanted to bring up a kind of different variant of the build that I've been trying for Trickstars that focuses more on the link summoning of all the new monsters that we got for Trickstar, instead of more of the burn aspect, which still plays a part in the deck profile, but the bigger plays obviously are the fact that you can link summon with a lot of the new cards we received much easier now, so I think that's a more fun aspect for the deck, and it's also more of a budget build. So if you're looking for, price for a Trickstar deck, this is also the one for you. So let's go ahead and get started for the deck profile. Start off, I run 3 Trickstar Candina. Now, pretty staple with the Trickstar deck. When this card's normal summon, you can add 1 Trickstar card from your deck to your hand. Each time your opponent activates a spell or trap, you inflict 200 damage to immediately after it resolves. So easy normal summon for Trickstar, and then adding to your hand 1 Trickstar card. So you can add Light Stage, another monster, whatever you need for that specific play. And one of the ones that you usually go for is Trickstar Licorice, which is a big part of the burn aspect, so it definitely helps to dwindle down your opponent's damage. But also, the quick effect is you can reveal this card from your hand, target 1 Trickstar monster you control except for Licorice, and special summon this card. And if you do, return that monster to the hand. Each time a card is added to your opponent's hand, you inflict 200 damage to them for each. So draw burning power as well, but most of the time you want to return the Candina to the hand to special summon the Licorice. And if you have 2 of these, you can chain them both off the same summon and get 2 on the field, which really does help for link summoning, obviously, plus reusing your Candina as well for more searches later on. And a big part of the deck that I really like is Trickstar Nightshade. Running 3 of this, if this card is sent to the graveyard as link material for a link summon of a Trickstar monster, you can special summon this card, but banish it when it leaves the field. You can only use this effect once per turn. But what's great about Nightshade is with the new Trickstar Bloom, she is a 1-card link to summon, so very easy for you to go into Holly Angel with just 1 card. So you basically summon her, link into Trickstar Bloom, her effect special summons her to the field, and then you use the Trickstar Bloom and the Nightshade to go into whatever link 2 it could be. It could be Holly Angel or any of the other link 2 options you have with the deck. And moving right along, I also run 2 Trickstar Redud, whatever it is. I think it is based off a type of color shade, but its effect is you can discard 1 Trickstar card, then target 1 Trickstar Link monster in your graveyard, special summon it. You can only use this effect of Redud once per turn, and each time a card is banished from your opponent's graveyard, immediately inflict 200 damage to your opponent for each card banished. It's an easy way to get back Link monsters and then basically make use of them for other link summons. So back from the graveyard for the special summon, then you'll just basically go up in the link, kind of like Nightshade, but more of a play already made kind of card. And I also run 2 Trickstar Mandrake. As you guys know, I always love to go for the pure versions of the Trickstars, so going as pure as I can with the profile. If this card is sent from the hand to the graveyard, you can special summon this card in defense, but banish it when it leaves the field. If this card is sent to the graveyard as a link material for the link summon of a Trickstar monster, you can target 1 of your opponent's link monsters it points to and destroy it. You can only use each effect of Trickstar Mandrake once per turn. Most of the time, you want to go for the Redud discard for this card's special summon effect, obviously, but also good destruction power off of the arrow pointing effects to make use of as well. And for the last of the Trickstar monsters, 1 Lilybell, pretty standard if it's added to your hand, except by drawing it. You can special summon this card from your hand. You can only use this effect of Lilybell once per turn. It can attack directly, and when this card inflicts battle damage to your opponent, you can target 1 Trickstar monster in your graveyard, add to your hand. Easy special summon, easy use. The only reason I run 1 of it is because it's kind of that, add to hand special kind of play. I run 3 Nightshade, but that's because you can't special summon her off the deck, and you want to open her up as fast as you can. And Lilybell doesn't give you that plus. It gives you the add back, but it doesn't give you that, special summon from the graveyard effect like Nightshade does. And lastly, for monsters, just 3 Honest. I find it very budget-wise. You can swap this out with the hand traps if you want, but I always like Honest since all the Trickstars are light monsters, so easy hand trap protection for your monsters on the field. But if you want Ash, Ghost Ogre, cards like that, you can put them in instead of Honest, obviously, for your other plays. And that's it for the monsters. We'll move on to spells. I run 3 Trickstar Light Stage. Pretty standard with the deck. Very awesome field spell. When this card's activated, you add 1 Trickstar monster from your deck to your hand, and once per turn, you can target 1 set card in your opponent's spell and trap card zone. While this card is on the field zone, that set card cannot be activated until the end phase, and your opponent must activate it during the end phase or send it to the graveyard. And each time a Trickstar monster you control inflicts battle or effect damage to your opponent, inflict 200 damage to them. So an additional burn with cards like Licorice, but the fact that you can search out Candina and then get another search just makes it like kind of an additional monster option. So you can keep the monster count low, knowing you run cards like Light Stage to search out more monsters, which can search out more monsters for your plays. And also 1 Trickstar Light Arena. This is the new card we got. If you link summon a Trickstar monster, you can target 1 Trickstar monster in your graveyard that was used as the material and special summon it in defense, but its effects are negated. You can only use the effect of Light Arena once per turn. And once per turn, you can target 1 set card your opponent controls in spell and trap card zone. While this card is in the field zone, the set card cannot be activated until the end phase, and your opponent must activate it or else return it to the hand. But I use this more for the resource recycle that you can do with the monsters you use for your link summoning. Just one of it though, we do run terraforming, so with this and Light Stage you can always search out what you need for the specific play with the terraforming, and most of the time you want to grab the Light Stage first to grab more cards for resources, and then use the Light Arena for recycling those resources you searched out. And also 2 Trickstar Bouquet. Quick play spell. You can target 1 Trickstar monster you control and 1 face-up monster on the field. Return that Trickstar monster to the hand, and if you do, the other monster gains attack equal to the original attack of the return monster until the end of this turn. You can only activate 1 Trickstar Bouquet per turn. So with your Link monsters, a lot of them, with a big weakness of the Link 2s, is that they are pretty good with attack strength, but just lacking a little bit since they all pretty much share the 2000 attack. So boost them up with this card for more heavy hit plays with them to make use of. And also 3 Chain Summoning, just to speed up your Candina and your Licorice plays. With the Chain Link 3 with those cards, you can get 3 normal summons and get plenty of searches off with Candina. So when you get that play off, it really, really helps build up your hand size and field size with all your different monsters that you can use. So a definite must-have in this deck. And also I run the 3 Terraforming, Search, Light Stage, Light Arena, whatever you need. It's just easier grab for what you want. Very consistent for what you need, so can't go wrong there. Plus the fact that Light Stage isn't, once per turn. It's just incredibly broke as well. And to finish up the spells, actually we still got a good amount of spells, but Dark Hole and Regeki, the Link spam can get out some pretty strong monsters, so you can go for the kill, burning your opponent down, then hitting with the big monsters, so Regeki and Dark Hole can help clear the fields of any big problems. Also, Monster Reborn helps with just getting more monster resources back to use. Same with Mind Control, taking your opponent's monsters to use as your own for the generic Link summons that we can do with the deck. And I also run 1 for 1. This is because we run Trickstar Nightshade, which she doesn't have any specifications. You just have to have her on the field, send her, and then she'll come back. It's not like she can't be special summoned in other ways, so definite need for this card. And also 1 Soul Charge. Like I said, you don't really use your life for too much, except for some of the traps we'll get to in a bit. Other than that, perfect way to get back a lot of your different monsters to use. And that is it for the spells. We'll move on to traps. Now, I would run 3 Trickstar Reincarnation. The one is I don't have 3. I didn't want to pick up 3. A lot of people were afraid that this card might be hit on the ban list. It might be, it might not be. I don't know. It hasn't been as big of a problem as some of the other cards in the game, but until then, just hold on to 1. But if you want to run the 3, you can go for it. If we end up getting it to 1, you can tech in 2 cards of your choice. Storm Mirror Force I like for good back row plays. You might have other options if you have like Evenly Matched or something like that. Just sub-ins for this point. If you have the 3, run the 3. Otherwise, like I said, different options. And then to finish up the traps, 1 Solemn Judgment and 1 Solemn Warning. Stop your big opponent plays, obviously, and go for the ones you want. But that is it for the main deck. We'll now move on to the extra. I run 1 Trickstar Bella Madonna, your big Link 4 Trickstar monster. You need 2 or more Trickstar monsters to make. While this Link summon card points to no monsters, it is unaffected by other cards' activate effects. If this card points to no monsters, you can inflict 200 damage to your opponent for each Trickstar monster in your graveyard with different name. And you can only use the effect of Bella Madonna once per turn. awesome burn tactics, especially if you went through a lot of your different Trickstar monsters in the graveyard to make her, and then just sitting on her. The biggest thing is make use of where her arrows point. Make sure they're not pointing to anything, obviously, to make use of her unaffected effect as well. And also 1 Trickstar Delphendium, the Link 3 Trickstar monster. When this card declares an attack while pointing to a Trickstar monster, you can target your banished Trickstar cards up to the number of Link monsters your opponent controls, add them to your hand, and if you do, this card gains 1,000 attack for each card added until the end of this turn. So cards like Reincarnation, Nightshade, you name it, add them back to reuse. So really cool to do it with this card. And for the Link 2s, Holly Angel, like I said, the Link 2s are very easy to make with Nightshade. Each time a Trickstar monster is normal or special summoned to a zone this card points to, inflict 200 damage to your opponent. Trickstar monsters this card points to cannot be destroyed by battle or card effects. And if your opponent takes battle damage by a Trickstar monster's effect, this card gains attack equal to the damage they took until the end of the turn. So power boost effects, protection, Holly Angel overall. Easy card to make also for 2,000 attack. Same with Crimson Heart. She gives draw power for different options that you do with your opponent. Draw 2 effect based on what you give your opponent as well. So and just another backup Link option to do with interesting arrows as well. Same with Black Cat. She kind of extends the field like Proxy Dragon if you can make her after having Holly Angel point to her also. And each time a monster this card points to is destroyed by battle or card effect and sent to the graveyard, inflict 200 damage to your opponent each time your opponent takes damage by a Trickstar monster effect. And face up, monsters they control lose 200 attack for each monster this card points to until the end of the turn. So really, really good for that option as well. But like I said, you just want to keep your Link 2 options open also, depending on what you want for the field. And then also 3 Trickstar Bloom. Now I run 3 Bloom just because of 3 Nightshades, so I can make use of all the Nightshades I have if I need to. You can, maybe swap one of them out for a Link Karibo as well. That can be an option since Nightshade is a level 1. You just need a 1 level 2 or lower Trickstar monster to make her, so it has to be done with Nightshade as well. Remember that. And if this card is Link Summon, you can make your opponent draw 1 card. It's optional, but also if a face-up Trickstar monster this card points to is destroyed by battle or card effect, you inflict 200 damage to your opponent for each card in their hand. You can only use this effect once per turn. But easy Link Summon options with her and the special summon back in Nightshade. Said it a million times already. It's just way too good. And for the generics, the Proxy Dragon, Akashic Magician, Underclock Taker, Decode Talker, Ningirsu, Borreload, and Topologic Bomber Dragon. If you wanted to try out the Nightmare monsters, you can swap them out for some of these as well. With the Link options, definitely does work pretty well with the deck. So definitely give it a shot if you have those cards. But yeah, that is it for the deck profile. I hope you all enjoyed the video. Once again, please don't forget to leave a like and subscribe. And until next time, Kira Twig out.